Hey, if you've been keeping an eye on Cardano lately, you've probably felt it too. This buzz, this real surge of activity. So today, we're going to dig in and break down exactly what's driving all this momentum. We're talking everything from some seriously impressive financial milestones to major tech upgrades. So really, what is the latest buzz in the world of Cardano? What's behind this incredible wave of progress? Well, we're going to tackle this by looking at it from three different angles. First, the big financial numbers, which are pretty eye-popping. Then, the crucial technology that's actually being built. And finally, how the market itself is expanding. You know, what's happening in Cardano right now, it isn't just a few random isolated wins here and there. No, this feels different. It's like a coordinated push happening on so many fronts at once. It really shows an ecosystem that is just firing on all cylinders. So let's kick things off with the money, shall we? All right, section 1, big numbers, rewards, and milestones. And yeah, we're starting with the numbers because honestly, some of the financial achievements and the rewards being generated lately are, well, they're seriously impressive. Okay, check this out. First up, Banker Labs just dished out nearly 74,000 ADA in monthly rewards. I mean, just to put that into perspective for a second, that is a significant amount of value being returned directly to the people participating. We're talking real, tangible returns happening right inside the ecosystem. And this isn't just a one-off thing either. Over at Surf, they just hit a new all-time high for their staking rewards in a single period. We're talking over 69,000 ADA. See? These kinds of record-breaking numbers are definitely becoming a theme here. So if we take a closer look at those Banker Labs rewards, you can see it's not just one thing driving all this success. The breakdown actually shows multiple healthy income streams. Sure, the biggest chunk is from mining, but you've also got these really significant contributions from World Mobile and the Genesis pools. It just goes to show a much more diversified and resilient rewards model. And hey, speaking of World Mobile, their reporting is so transparent, and it shows this really steady growth. I mean, a 17% jump in network revenue in just 1 month, that's a super strong signal that adoption and usage are really picking up. And you know, this level of transparency, that's absolutely key for building long-term trust in any ecosystem. Wow, this quote right here, it just perfectly captures what sustained effort looks like. Get this. After 515 days, and after facilitating over 800 million ADA in trades, Strike Finance has officially claimed the top spot. They are now the highest market cap DeFi project on Cardano. That's not just a milestone. That's a huge milestone. So all these impressive numbers, they're not just happening by chance, right? They're the direct result of some serious heavy-duty technological development going on behind the scenes. So let's dive into our next section, Building the Future, and look at the key upgrades that are really powering all this growth. And hey, speak of the devil, right on cue, Strike is about to launch the public testnet for their V2 platform. This isn't some small update. This is a major product upgrade that the community has been really looking forward to. And you can totally understand the hype. V2 is promising some major improvements. We're talking lightning-fast speed and super low fees. But honestly, the real killer feature is native support for assets from Ethereum and Solana. That is a massive step forward for interoperability. It basically means it's going to be way easier to move assets between different blockchains. All right, so here's a little human story behind all the tech, which I love. The testnet was totally ready to go, but there was this slight, kind of comical delay. Turns out the key developer was on a flight with no Wi-Fi. It's just a great little reminder that there are real people, working their butts off behind all these launches. And it's not just Strike either. Over at FarmBot, they're launching a major upgrade to their whole raffle system. And listen, this isn't just some minor tweak. We are talking about a complete overhaul with awesome new features like full token and NFT support, automatic payouts, the whole shebang. It's just going to make the entire experience so much smoother and more versatile for everyone. Meanwhile, over at Pulse Protocol, the pace of development is just relentless. Seriously, they are pushing out new updates every single week. This kind of consistent delivery of new features, everything from new markets to better hardware wallet support, it's just a very strong signal of the project's health and its ambition. And, even the seemingly smaller updates really add up. Take Surf. They just deployed candlestick trading charts. It might sound small, but it's a huge quality of life feature for traders. It really shows that these projects are listening to their users and are constantly refining the experience. Then, if you look at the core infrastructure level, you've got DeltaDeFi preparing a major upgrade. Now, this is a big deal because they're the first DEX built on Hydra, which, as you know, is Cardano's big solution for faster, cheaper transactions. So this upgrade is absolutely crucial for improving the performance and scalability of the entire network.
Okay, so all this new tech and all this financial activity, it's having another effect. It's leading to a big expansion of the market itself. We're seeing new assets and deeper liquidity being created, which brings us to our next section.
Metera Protocol is a perfect example of this. They're introducing two new community-governed tokens. So on one hand, you've got mPRIME. Think of this one as designed to capture the long-term growth from more established high-quality projects. But then you've got mDEFI, which is all about focusing on those high-growth, maybe more speculative DeFi opportunities right within Cardano. It's all about giving users more tailored options for how they want to invest. We're also seeing some really key partnerships that are strengthening the whole market infrastructure. For instance, SNEK has teamed up with MinSwap to launch a brand new liquidity pool. This one's for SNEK and the new NIGHT token, and it's a move that's going to benefit both of those assets. And you can really see why this partnership is so important when you look at SNEK's liquidity sources. It's now backed by this really diverse mix of assets: ADA, stablecoins like USDT, USDC, and EUR, and now the NIGHT token. This kind of diversification is so key to creating a more stable, more resilient asset for the long haul. Okay, now this is a major development. World Mobile is partnering with Tokinvest to bring real-world assets, or RWAs, on-chain. And what are they doing? They're tokenizing physical telecom infrastructure. This is a huge deal. Why? Because it connects the digital world of DeFi with tangible, real-world value. We're talking about opening up entirely new kinds of investment opportunities here. All right, so let's take a step back and zoom out for a second. Let's connect all these dots. What does all this activity, the big numbers, the tech upgrades, the market expansion, what does it all really mean for the big picture? So what does it all add up to? Well, what we're seeing here is a classic flywheel effect in action. The financial success, it funds more development. That better technology, it creates brand new market opportunities. And those opportunities, in turn, attract more users and more capital, which starts the whole cycle all over again, but each time with even more momentum. And this really leaves us with a fascinating question to ponder, doesn't it? With development accelerating so fast on so many different fronts, DeFi, infrastructure, real-world assets, you name it. It's really no longer a question of if Cardano will see major breakthroughs. The real question is, what new breakthroughs are going to emerge next?